Okay, so I'm waiting for people to join in. I'm waiting for others to join in. Please join in. Join in. Hi. Hi. I'm waiting for everyone to join in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Please join in from everywhere. So I'm still waiting for people to join in before I start. Hi. I see someone waving at me already. Hi, good afternoon. You're so much welcome. So I'm still waiting for everyone else to join in. I see people waving at me. Hi. Hi. Good afternoon. Welcome. You're so much welcome. Hi. Good afternoon. Welcome. I'm still waiting for others to join in before I start. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so very much for having me today. Hi guys, thank you. It's really so good to be here and to see everyone again. I just want everybody to keep joining in. Keep joining in, keep joining in. Hi. The topic we're about to discuss on today is on the English tests that are required for Ireland. In light of the global pandemic, we might wonder whether it is really worth it to study abroad in Ireland at all. You know, first of all, of course, yes, you can still study abroad in Ireland right now. You know, the country is known to be one of the most beautiful countries in the world. It is filled with friendly and thoughtful people that are actually willing to sacrifice their happiness and their time just so that you can feel comfortable and welcome. You know, from being a small European country, Ireland has become a popular study abroad destination that is blooming with many beautiful features, such as their natural landscape and vibrant history. It makes it suitable for students to study abroad and to study in Ireland. You know, happiness, they say, is from within, and it can actually be experienced in Ireland because you never come to know the country and its people without first gaining an appreciation of the love of its history. Ireland truly does have something to offer everyone. I can't imagine an individual without an imagination going to Ireland, like really. Hi everyone, I am Mo from Nexi Concept Limited. I am so excited to have you all here. I see everybody joining in, so keep joining in please. A lot of questions that I get from students includes why would I want to go to study in Ireland as compared to the UK? Why Ireland, you know? And the truth is, Ireland is an extremely safe place to be right now. There is no discrimination and the crime rate is relatively low compared to the UK. It is an European country where they speak both English and Irish. The capital is Dublin, and the population is just about 4.9 million. The population for international students in Ireland are 18,500 plus, you know. Most students like the country because they have a great zest for life. It is a land of milk and mystery. You might actually want to carry a camera when you want to go to Ireland because Irish love music and they love to dance and they love to have so much fun and they have a lot of things to offer. It's actually a very great place to study. There's a 1-year offer for BSc students and there is 2 years for MSc graduates. The advantage of it being an English-speaking country makes it easier. The tuition fee ranges from 8,000 euros upward, you know, and the living expense is just about 7,000 euros, you know. So let me just take a little bit of pause because I think I've been rushing everything. I've been saying a lot of things. I see you all. Hi, it's so good to have you here. Official Kings, thanks for joining in. I am Shei, thanks for joining in. I'm so excited to be here right now. If you have any questions, you could always just drop it down. And once I'm done with the presentation, I will address your questions shortly. So while I go on, I would just like to present this to you. So while I'm done, I'll go back to answering your questions. I see you all. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to have you all here right now. The basic entry requirements for studying in Ireland are: you need to have your work experience. The English test score is actually very important, and you must have an excellent academic background. These things are actually very important, and one of the reasons why we are here today is for the English test, right? So let's continue. And this automatically leads me to discussing about the English test for Ireland. You know, I know that most of you are familiar with the different types of English tests that we have. We have Ielts, we have Toefl, we have Pearson, and we have Duolingo. So the test is actually available everywhere, and they are very, very accessible too. And they are accessible too for students that wish to study in Ireland. So if you are actually applying to a university in Ireland, you are likely required to take a test. One of these tests that I just mentioned to assess your ability in English. I'm very sure that you're familiar with all the tests that I mentioned. So here's a breakdown of all of them. For IELTS, the other meaning for IELTS is International English Language Testing System. Yeah. It is an English language test that is administered by British Council, which addresses our ability in listening, reading, writing, and speaking. The test result is valid for 2 years. It provides a fair and accurate measure of language skills, and it is actually accepted worldwide as proof of English test since 1989. It is jointly owned by global partnerships of education and language experts. So what exactly do you expect when you're writing IELTS? IELTS is a written test with 4 sections. So it's actually separated into 4 different sections, like I mentioned earlier: listening, reading, writing, speaking. And it includes a live face-to-face for the speaking test interview with a trained certified examiner. It actually uses different varieties of English: Australia, British, American, and it comes in various forms, you know. As a matter of fact, they all do, you know. The registration details for IELTS: it has more than 1,000 official test centers in over 140 countries around the world, including more than 50 testing locations. You know, it is advised that you register 1 month before you wish to take the test. It's always advisable, and the process is that you fill the application form, you pay the fee of 80,000 and above, because for some they pay exactly 80,000, for some they pay more than that. It depends on where you're actually taking the test. This would help to secure your seat for writing the test. The test is actually available up to 4 times per month. They are offered on Thursdays and Saturdays. And the institution that actually accepts IELTS, there are over 9,000 organizations that actually accept IELTS because it is known globally. So for IELTS, there are 2 different types of IELTS. We have the academic and we have the general. For the academic, they are for those that have higher education and professional certifications, those that actually require to go for higher education, those that want to go for professional certification. And for the general, they are for work and for permanent residency, or for those that want to migrate, for migration processes. So the difference between these 2 are the writing and the reading. So, but the others are exactly the same, you know. So what really differentiates them is just the writing and the written for both academic and the general. Now the test results for IELTS is released by mail 13 days after the test is taken, and an online preview is available for 28 days. The grades are actually in bands. The overall grade for IELTS is 9.0, so it's between 0 and 9.0. So each section of the course has its own bands. So for 5.0 is for the foundation, for 5.5 is for the graduates, for the UG, and for 6.0 is for the MSc. That's the minimum they are to have for each band. That's for Ielts. So which leads us to TOEFL. For TOEFL, the meaning is test of English as a foreign language, and it is also globally accepted. It is well known in so many countries, and it is used to ascertain English language for international students as well. The test is used by testing our ability in speaking, listening, reading, and writing skills. It is administered by Educational Testing Service, ETS. It was actually formerly a paper-based exam, but now it is computer-based. It is a 4 hours test, and it is 4 hours in length. It can be taken once a week, and the course actually stays valid for 2 years, just like Ielts. It was created in 1964, and it has taken over 20 million students. It is actually one of the most important requirements to study in some countries. The test format is internet-based testing. It is advisable to book months ahead because it takes relatively 4 hours or to actually complete the whole test. Now for those that actually want to go and write the exams physically, they would require those that really do want to go physically rather than taking the online test, they would require a national ID card. They will need to take their test tickets, they will need to take their pencils, their erasers, and they need to know where they want their results to be sent. That's for those that want to take it online. They can take it at the comfort of their homes. So the test result for TOEFL is out in 10 days. After taking the exams, the test is actually scored from 0 to 120, and each section is centered as 30 points with an overall minimum of 60 to 100. That is for TOEFL. So for Pearson, which is also known as PTE, is a computer-based academic English test. It is aimed at non-native English speakers for international students as well. The tests are rated in English, reading, writing, listening, speaking, just like the other tests that I just explained as well. The old test will take exactly 3 hours. The speaking part is done with your computer. So one advantage of Pearson is that you get your results very quickly, about 5 days. The cost of Pearson actually varies. It varies in range. And also for the cost of TOEFL, the cost of TOEFL is $75,000. That is $195. And like I said, it is within 10 days that you get your results. That's for TOEFL, and it's for $195, and that's $75,000. So for the cost of PTE, which is Pearson, is within the range of $150 to $210. That's for the cost of Pearson. There are 2 types of Pearson. We have the general, we have the academic as well. It's a multi-level test, just like Ielts and TOEFL. And they use common European framework. For the academic, it is actually written like others are, but for general, it's split into different levels. And it comes with an interview, just like the others, just like Ielts comes with an interview as well. So for the levels now, we have from level A1 to level 5. The highest is level 5, and the cost for that ranges from 50 euros to 100 euros depending on the level, and it is always written around May. Pearson is always written around May, June, November, or December. So that's that about Pearson. We save the best for last, which is Duolingo. You may be familiar with all the common tests that I just mentioned, but I'm pretty sure that you have not come across Duolingo. Duolingo is one of actually the best right now because it has so many advantages. Duolingo test is relatively new, and it is the most advisable test for the following reasons. It is much easier than all the 3 tests, that is Ielts, Toefl, and all. It is convenient, you can write it anywhere, it is online, it is fast. It is within 48 hours that your result comes out. You know, within 2 days you've gotten your results, and the fee is relatively cheap. It's just $49, and it is accepted worldwide as well. It can be taken from anywhere compared to all 3 tests that I just mentioned. You can take it from the comfort of your home at any time, you know, and it takes exactly 48 hours to get your results. The price is actually very, very affordable, and it's $49, like I said, and the duration is just 1 hour. You can take the test at any time, and there's always a free test to take before you even go in and take the original test. And the grade in Duolingo is equivalent to that of Ielts. So for Ielts 5.5 is an equivalent of 85 to 90. For Ielts 6.0 is an equivalent of 95 to 100. For IELTS 6.5 is an equivalent of 105 to 110. For 7.0 is an equivalent of 115 to 120. So it is also relatively simple. So most of the time we always advise that our students take Duolingo as their choice of course. And I would also like to state that for Ireland, even if you have your WAEC or you have your NECO, it's always very important for you to know that during your visa processing, you are required to take one of these English tests. So I would always advise any of my students to go for Duolingo, because Duolingo, like I said, and with all the advantages that I just gave you about Duolingo, this is relatively cheap. And if you actually need links with respect to Duolingo, want to know more about each and every one of these English proficiency tests, you could always chat me up. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna drop my number. I'm going to drop my number here, so you can always reach me in case you want to have more information about each and every one of these tests that I just mentioned. And I see a question here that is IELTS. Sorry, I want to read out the question. Is it as IELTS where there is written, speaking, and all? Yes. It's just exactly like that. There is, and it is when you go through the sample questions. When you go through the sample questions, you would realize that the questions are even cheaper. They are a lot easier. So it serves as an easy way for a whole lot of students to go through rather than going through IELTS. So I'm going to drop my number and I'm going to read it out loud right now so that you can always send me a message in case you want to know more about each and every one of these tests. Let me see how I drop. So someone says, can I belong a PR in Ireland? Of course, you should be able to get your PR in Ireland. I'm going to drop my number now, so you send me a message on WhatsApp. It's 090 9379 2895. 090 2895. I'll say that one more time. 090 9379 2895. That's my number. So you could always send me a message. So Duolingo is also valid relatively for like 2 years as well. But whatever more information you need about each and every one of these tests, I would like you to talk to me on WhatsApp, send me a message on WhatsApp. And if it's not Ireland, whatever school it is that you're looking to go to, let me know about it. I see some people also joining in. You're so welcome. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy to have this amazing session. And I hope that you've been able to understand a little bit of all these things. I'm trying to see if I have more questions that are coming in. Okay, yeah, like I said before, I am Mo from Nexi Concept Limited. Someone is asking for my name. I am Mo. So you can always save my name up as Mo. I introduced myself at the beginning of this presentation. So you could always reach me on WhatsApp if you want more information about each and every one of these tests. And like I will always say, I am Mo from Nexi Concept Limited. Just send a message to me, and I would always answer you. So please send me a message. I see someone waving at me. Duchess, hi, good afternoon. So I hope you've been able to understand a little bit about all these English test requirements that are needed for you to study abroad, for you to study in Ireland, for you to study in US. These tests are actually required, and they're very, very important. So I really hope that this session was quite insightful for you, and I hope to hear from you as soon as possible. Let's have a chat on WhatsApp. Just come on to me on WhatsApp and let's have a chat about it. Thank you so very much. I hope to hear from you soon, and I hope to see you next time. Like I always say, I am Mo from Nexi Concept Limited. Do have a wonderful day and have a wonderful time. Bye bye.